another episode. I told you guys I was gonna post my shoulder workout from the other day. I am currently driving to Dallas to go check on my dad. As you can see, Hezekiah is probably back there, still passed out. But I wasn't able to get my entire workout because my tripod broke. So I was able to get the main lifts that I really wanted to hit that day. I had to do a lot of different variations because I live in a college town and the gym was packed. Usually when I go to the gym in the evenings, it's always packed. So if I have the availability, I try to go early in the morning before anybody even gets there. But lately I haven't had that luxury, and it's been a lot of evening, afternoon workouts. So, like I said in my other video, my main concern right now as far as lifting is muscle mass. I'm trying to put on as much muscle and solid muscle as possible. So I use a lot of high-low lifting, a lot of volume and moderate intensity, just because I don't want it to be super lean. I want it to be a bulky mass. But since the gym was packed, I had to do an alternative warm-up, which I don't usually do this. I don't even think I've done this in the last year, but I started off on Smith machine and did a seated shoulder press. Now, the way that I did the seated shoulder press was different because I sat on the ground, and that's how I did my press. So I used my belt in order to create stability in my core, because like I said, I like to use high loads, and I really need that stability in my lower back, so that way I don't mess anything up, because safety is paramount. But I was able to do 2 warm-up sets and then go into 4 moderate sets that were moderate in weight and intensity, so that way it wasn't like a actual workout, but a good warm-up to get my muscles going, get them activated and stuff like that. But as you can see, I ended up with about 185 on the Smith machine, and that's because, like I said, I haven't done this in a while, so I didn't know how my body was really going to react to it. The set before, I did 205, and it was a little strenuous, but I wanted to knock it back down because, like I said, it's a warm-up, and I don't have to get too carried away, because when I go to my next exercise, that's when I'm going to put on the volume. So my next exercise was seated dumbbell shoulder press. This time I had the back seat. I still use my belt because I like, when I do shoulders, I like to keep my core in tight. I probably should use my belt for benches and stuff as well, but I technically don't. But my main thing for dumbbell seated press, I was doing 5 sets of 5, and I probably should have went up more, but because I didn't have a spotter and I had a completely different warm-up, I stuck with 100 pounds on the dumbbells in order to effectively and get great technical reps. And I was still able to come somewhat close to failure on my last rep, which is good because it means that my body's working and I'm pushing it to its limits. Following that, I did I wanted to target my rear delts. I usually target my rear delts at least twice a week when I'm doing back and when I'm doing shoulders, because the rear delts get neglected so much, and the front delt always gets overcompensated. That's why you see a lot of people walk like this, because their front delts are always overloaded with workouts, because you work out your front delts whether you're doing chest, shoulders, or back. So that muscle gets big and bulky, and it gets tight, that it pulls everything forward. So I like to target rear delts so that way I can get an even pull on my shoulders, and I get that fullness and that boulder look on my shoulder. But the way I'm doing these semi lat pulls, to anybody in the gym they'll look like lat pulls, but if you notice my elbow, I'm pulling my elbow up a little more so that way my rear delt can get all of the action. Yes, I'm still getting some in my lats and in other auxiliary muscles, but I'm really feeling it in my rear delts, which is what I want, and which is why I stay with 100 pounds, because that way I can keep control of targeting the rear delts. There's some exercises that I'll do where I'll stack on more, but the main thing for me is to be able to get a good high volume weight that I can control and effectively target those rear delts. And this is one of the workouts that I've done in order to maximize the growth in my rear delts, and within the last year and a half it has done me wonders. I superset that with a lateral raise, but my lateral raises are more how you say it? They're more, I do them more in the front than I do like straight to the side, because that way I get a better activation on my front delt and the middle portion of my shoulder, and it just feels comfortable. When I put my hands out to the side, I usually get a lot of shoulder ache and stuff like that, and it's just because it's not natural. And it also helps target my lats too, which is something I've been working on, because as an athlete you don't really try to build your lats. So I'm doing a lot of catching up on building my lats, because I used to do a lot of athletic style workouts in order to be more athletic for the Marine Corps and stuff like that. But now that I'm a physique competitor or trying to get back into physique competition, I need that all around symmetry, and the lats are what is going to give me that V-shaped look. Following the lateral raises and the rear delt pulls that I just did, I went into shrugs. Once again, the platforms were all taken up, and so I had to go to the other platforms where they usually do like deadlifts and power cleans, which is what I hate to do, because I hate to use those weights when somebody who's actually going to use them for something else that is more, I would say, designed for, could use them for. But, and then another thing I hate is that, like, the gym doesn't have enough clips. I'm big on clips because, for one, safety, and two, the distribution of weight. The distribution of weight is so important to optimize your lifts. If you don't have clips on and the weights are sliding, the distribution of the weight varies, and it makes things uneven, and depending on how heavy the volume is that you're lifting, it could dramatically affect your lift. Now, if you notice while I'm doing my shrugs, the weights shift because of the plate, the center hole part is metal as well. So it has no traction. But that's my little rant. And going back to it, if you notice, I pause when I'm in the up phase of my shrug, and that way I can really activate my traps and my shoulders in order to push them a little bit more. And that has helped me with a lot of growth as well, because instead of just shrugging and letting them relax, you have to make them explode and then hold it and then release. And it's a whole different shock to them vice just shrugging and relaxing. So that was my shoulder workout. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please leave your comments, like, share, subscribe. If you didn't like it, hit dislike. It won't hurt my feelings. Let me know what you didn't like about it, so that way I can fix my content for you guys. And also, Hezekiah's up. But also, leave suggestions on things you want to see. Whatever you want to see. If you have questions on certain things, I can make a Q&A video. Yeah, he's up, all right. But once again, thank you for taking the time out to watch my video. I'm so excited to share with you. I'm so excited to be on this journey back with Turf Kings. And I'll see you next time. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay tuned.